Good evening. It is Monday, the 15th of November. So, did anyone do anything interesting at the weekend? Let us know. We are on Two's Lives on WhatsApp. So, any comments, please comment in there and I will reply. And also in the show tonight, we have got news headlines, the pick of the day, Emily's Kitchen. And Emily's here to do Emily's Kitchen tonight, which is good. What's new in Two, or what's on in Twos this week. And we've also got Leighton here with the tech. So good evening, Leighton, and good evening, Emmy.
Good evening.
Hello.
So, first of all, I say there hasn't been an update on the COVID yet, or I haven't found one. I don't know if Leighton has.
I haven't.
Not for today. So we can't bring you the COVID update. That will come tomorrow. I will put it out on the Twos page as soon as I know about today's as well. But the biggest thing I decided to bring up tonight is the fact of the Liverpool terror attack yesterday. Have you got any thoughts on that one, Leighton?
First time I've heard of it because I've not watched much of the news.
Right, okay. Apparently yesterday at the Liverpool's Women's Hospital, a taxi driver, I don't know the details on that side of it yet. He stopped the taxi and got out quickly and then locked his taxi, and the car blew up. There was a bomber inside the car. And that happened at Liverpool's Women's Hospital yesterday. We don't know where they were heading for the hospital or heading for nearby where there was remembrance parades. But I know the terror police are involved, and today our terror alert's gone up to severe, so we are expected to have more attacks. Where this information has come from, I don't know whether they've got more information about terror attacks or not. So, but this happened just before 11 o'clock yesterday morning. Emmy, any opinions on that one?
It's worrying.
Oh yes, it's definitely worrying.
There's been nothing for quite some time now. They always seem to get them all up to Christmas.
We do.
But not only that, it was also Remembrance Sunday as well.
Yes, there is that as well.
And if you think, and it was done at 11 o'clock, no coincidence.
Oh no, there is a coincidence there, yeah. As I said,
I don't get the fact of why he was in a taxi at a women's hospital and detonated the bomb, unless it was accidental. But
like I say, I know the taxi driver hasn't spoke yet, so it'd be interesting when he speaks to find out his side of it.
Yeah.
Because the bit I find not strange is the fact what gave him that inkling to quickly get out of his taxi and lock the doors. That's the bit that I find.
The passenger could have said, "I'm wearing the bomb."
Yep.
So just open his jacket up, or it could be.
They could be so.
When we get that kind of side of his story, then.
Yeah, I think that'll probably come out probably later in the week because I know he's in hospital. He's critical but not life-threatening.
Yeah.
So.
Let's just hope he makes a speedy recovery.
Yes.
Exactly.
So definitely. So that's basically what I've got on about the news tonight, because it is a big story today.
It's very concerning because it makes you think back to previous terror attacks we've had across the country, like the ones in London.
This is the thing. Then, this is the thing I was thinking about today. They seem to be going further afield now as well. They're not normally. It is dedicated to London. I don't mean that nastily.
Yeah.
But so where London goes on high alert and everything else, but they seem to be working that one out now, because remember rightly, we had that Manchester one.
Yeah.
We've now had Liverpool, so they're still big cities, but not as big as London. So
less resources.
we had the one up in Glasgow Airport, if I remember
Yeah.
rightly.
It just goes to show that no matter where you go, it's not always that safe.
No. So, but let's move on to a bit more cheerful news out and about. This is a new section that I started the other day, and I thought I'd give some places about the Christmas time for festivities. Winter Wonderland is back at Hyde Park, transforming one of London's most spectacular parks into Winter Wonderland.
Now that is something I am looking forward to, and I'm planning to go there next month.
Well, I know as a group we went 2 years ago, and it was absolutely fantastic. So that is one of the ones that I found.
I've not had the pleasure.
They've got Magical Ice Kingdom back, and array of they've got more fairground rides apparently, along with the UK's largest open air ice rink. There's plenty of bars and food stalls there. Something for the whole family. Sculpting work, creative ice sculpting workshops there this year as well. So, and if you're in London at the time, don't forget to look at the festive window displays. Hamleys, Selfridges, and Harrods have now all got their Christmas window displays up. So, and I know Hamleys normally does quite a good one, to be fair. Harrods goes all out anyway, don't they? They always do. So
yeah, I do plan on going to Hamleys as well.
And then away from London, Birmingham have got their Frankfurt Christmas market in Victoria Square. A firm favourite of the city's Yuletide calendar. So that's back this year. Of course, it wasn't there last year due to COVID, but it's back this year. South Bank Winter Festival in London as well. The popular winter market returns to London's South Bank Centre, a seasonal pleasure that sits along the range of family shows and festive fun along the city banks. So,
I think I actually went to that a few years back when my brother and my sister-in-law were in London for the day. Went back to into the city when they got their train, and I saw all that there.
Yeah, I've not been to the South Bank Winter Festival, but like I said, I've been to Winter Wonderland, and that is definitely worth going. So, like I say, that probably would be a good one as well. Have you ever been to London for any of the winter festivals, Emmy?
Unfortunately not.
No. Oh, we'll have to change that then, won't we? So,
Good luck.
Leeds Christ Kindle Market. I've probably said that wrong. In the Millennium.
Possibly Chris Dingle.
Could be, yeah. It's the Millennium Square in Leeds is transforming for the annual Christmas market as well. So most cities do have a good Christmas market. I know Canterbury's is opening up soon. And then Manchester's also got a Christmas market on as well. So each day this week I am going to be giving a few things that are out and about across the country, just to give people more information of what's they can go and see. And I will, like I said, I will find others about, so that we'll something close to you. So what's on in the world of social life? Well, this week, Tuesday night, we've got games night. Tomorrow morning, we've also got coffee morning on Discord. Wednesday, we do have guesty intro. Friday will be race night and pub social. And then on Saturday, we have the quiz on Discord, which I know we all love. We'd love more people to come to that as well. And Sunday is the food finds on Discord, which is also an interesting subject sometimes as well. Controversial debating, I think I can call that one. So it's
Definitely.
yes. We've got some that love all the chocolate side of things, and then we've got some that love all the jalapeno side of things. So it's definitely. What would you prefer then, Leighton? Chocolate or jalapenos?
Jalapenos.
Well, there we go. Another jalapeno person, because I know Emmy's always up for jalapenos. Whenever.
Yep, gotta have a jalapeno.
So. And so's Harris by the sounds of it. And then topic of the day today. This went out onto the page on Friday. Nobody actually answered it, but I know there's two people here who can answer it tonight. So, what is your best ever mobile phone bin, Leighton?
Oh, it has to be the first one that I ever had when I was 18. And that was the iconic Nokia 1610.
Oh, the 1610, yes. Emmy?
But
I don't think Leighton finished yet.
Oh, carry on, Leighton.
But saying that, if you're looking at the modern smartphone, my favourite of all has to be the iPhone 4.
That's quite interesting actually, because that wasn't really a big smartphone, was it?
It weren't, but it was one of those that it was iconic for the design.
Yeah.
It was one of the first to have steel band around the side of it and a glass back.
Yes, that is true. Yeah.
And then the 4S brought in Siri, which was the first assistant.
Yep. And that's when the voiceover started coming on as well, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Emmy?
That was the first iPhone I had.
Oh, iPhone 4S. So, apart from the iPhone 4S, then what was your best mobile phone?
I can't say I've had any particular feeling towards that first iPhone. It just happened to be the first one I had. But my favourite mobile phone ever was a Nokia. I don't know what model it was. Something like the 9210 or something like that. I don't know why. I just loved it. It was tiny, and then it had this little blue light that would glow on.
Oh, I know the one.
Centre button.
Would it be the 8210 or the 8310?
Possibly.
See, what I liked about the Nokias, they were very durable, very hard to break.
I've got to admit, one of mine had to be the 3310. Actually, to be fair, the Nokia 3310. That was. Pardon?
With Snake.
Oh yeah, Snake, definitely. Yep. But my first mobile phone I had was a Sony Ericsson GA628. It looked like a brick. So
a bit like the Nokia 1610.
Yep. But no.
First one was a Philips phone.
Because if I remember rightly, some phones back then did have speech, but it was I can't think. It was you had to buy it separately, didn't you, and put it on. If I remember rightly. But so moving on to your TV picks for tomorrow. Well, as we all know, this week is Children Need Week. So DIY SOS is doing a Children Need special, 9 PM on BBC One. There's also a new series. I've not actually seen this, but Miriam and Alan Lost in Scotland. That's on Channel 4 at 9:15 PM. Not sure. Well, I haven't actually done a big read up on that yet, but I will have a look into that. Do you know if there's been any episodes of that?
I think it's a new series.
Yes, it is a new series tomorrow.
So I think it's starting tomorrow night. oncoming from many Margolese. They're sort of exploring their Scottish roots as far as I can work out.
Right. Yep.
No.
So that could be a good watch, and there must be something happening in Hollyoaks this week because that's on the pick of the day for 7 p.m. on E4. So there could be something happening in that this week. We will find out on that one from Ems on Thursday. So, does anyone else watch? Do you watch Hollyoaks, Emmy?
Sorry?
Do you watch Hollyoaks yourself?
Yes, I do.
Do you know if anything big's happening this week?
Yes, Warren has just been framed for basically people trafficking.
Right.
Yes, and it's his sort of business partner that's actually behind it all, but he's framed Warren for it, and he just got arrested on Friday there.
So that could be what's happening this week then. So could be interesting.
Quite possibly.
Yes. Show quiz question coming up. So on the last show we asked, what is the population of London? And I know Emmy answered it. It was 8.9 million. But today's question, which I will answer in tomorrow night's show, is what year was the company Coca-Cola founded? So, and this is actually going out. I forgot to mention this at the beginning. We are now back on YouTube as well, hopefully. So I will check YouTube once this show's finished, just to check to see if it's gone live. But we was able to. I think we're able to now stream to YouTube as well again, so which is good. Which means Leighton's got no excuse for not watching our lives. So.
If I'm at home.
New food finds this week. So now the first one is, it is a Morrison's one. They're doing a Biscoff pizza.
A what?
A Biscoff caramelized biscuit pizza.
Why?
I have no idea on that one myself, but that was
okay.
Not sure on that one myself. I can remember trying a chocolate pizza a few years ago and didn't particularly like that one. It was too sickly. But yeah, it's interesting.
Give it a try if someone wants to buy one.
And then you've got the Haribo Advent Calendar. What are your views on those two so far, Leighton?
The pizza, I don't think it's for me. Haribo Calendar, I haven't had an Advent Calendar in years, so I think the jury's out on that one.
That's fair enough.
Oh.
Morrison's again, they're doing free from gingerbread crumble mince pies. I'd give them a go. That's my view on that one.
So. Wish they weren't free from.
Well, yeah, that's the only thing that sort of.
I don't eat mince pies.
No, well, that's. We haven't actually found anything for you in tonight's food finds, then, Leighton.
Yeah, but I found something for me in Asda.
We'll come on to that towards the end then. The next one is in Iceland, exclusive to Iceland from the Yo. I can't think what. I think it's like Thai food. And it's teriyaki fried chicken. Now that does sound quite nice.
That does sound nice.
Yes.
Something Yo Sushi.
I think it is Yo Sushi, yes. So I'd give that one a try.
It does sound good.
And then Co-op. Yeah. Co-op have gone with this year's trend at the moment. Milk chocolate orange fins. I don't know why that's.
Oh,
I don't know why they're turning everything chocolate orange.
Now that is something I do
Change
like.
the
I do like
record.
chocolate orange.
You like that, do you?
Yeah, chocolate orange, can't beat it.
So it's definitely your year this year then, because everything's chocolate orange.
Sounds good to me. I just don't think when I go for my blood test, my diabetes check, I don't think it will look particularly good on that.
And then moving to our last find before we find out what Leighton found. Marks and Spencers have brought out their Christmas tree crumpets. So, and I know somebody will be going to Marks and Spencers to buy these, don't we, Emmy?
100%, yeah.
And apparently, yes, we are
What more
live.
could you ask for?
Apparently, yes, we are live on YouTube. Thank you for that, Emma. She's obviously gone and checked and let us know in our live group that we are live on YouTube. So, so what was the find?
Fantastic.
So, what was the find that you found then, Leighton?
Raspberry turnovers.
Raspberry turnovers are quite nice, actually.
Yeah.
To be fair,
They are very nice. I can't get enough of them at the moment.
So they sound good because I don't like apples, so stay away from apple turnover. But raspberry, that just sounds perfect.
now there was actually one other one I found over the weekend, or I saw over the weekend, should I say? And I didn't put it on in the actual list, but apparently there's a Marmite chili now.
Marmite chili?
Yes.
Could be interesting.
So Sainsbury's had that in.
Why not?
Um,
Did you get some?
no, I'm not a Marmite lover personally, but I prefer Bovril to Marmite. So, what's your thoughts on that one, Leighton? Marmite chili.
Marmite is okay, but I don't know if it goes well with chili. I might have to try it just to see what it's like.
Yeah.
If I don't like it, I just won't buy it again.
No, well, that's fair enough. So,
I need to get sponsors for this so that we can try all these products and actually review them.
I might actually look into that. Actually, I'll see what I can do. Something worth looking into. So, right. So, I know we've got Leighton here with tech tonight. We've got a few techie bits within tonight's show as well. The top 5 earbuds for this year so far. And it was actually quite surprising because the Apple AirPods are not actually in the top 5.
That is a surprise because Apple just launched AirPods Generation 3.
Yes.
So that is a surprise.
In number 5, what is it? Bang & Olufsen Beoplay, which are priced at £349. And number 4 was Bowers and Wilkins P17s, also priced at £349. Number 3 was the Bose Quiet Comfort Earbuds at £250. Number 2 was the DeViolet Gemini at £279. And then at number 1, I know Leighton put something about these in the tech group at some point last week. The Sony WF 1000 XM4s at £250.
Yep.
So they're actually number 1 at the moment.
There's a lot of really good headphones coming out from Sony. If I weren't using HomePod, well, the AirPods, I would be looking at the Sonys, and I'd also probably be looking at the Sennheisers.
Well, I've done the earbuds tonight. We will be looking at over-the-head headphones this week as well. So there is going to be a couple there for us to look at. So we have got a special show coming to you tomorrow night, which will be good. Guys, you can actually... I'm going to be finding out who's definitely going to be on there, but we're going to be having a few of the management on the show tomorrow night. So that will be interesting. And I know Leighton will be back, and I know Emmy will be back. So any questions for those? Any questions for those two tomorrow? Post them in the lives group or on the Facebook page. I will put that up in the morning. If you want to ask any of the management questions, and they will be asked. So and we all know what that tune is. It's Two's Competition. Over on the website www.theworldofsocialite.co.uk, we do have a Beatles question for the competition to win a Beatles Abbey Road picture frame. So it closes on the 30th of November at 11 p.m. and the draw will be live on here on the 1st of December. So go and have a go. It is free to enter. So why not try? Whether you want it for yourself or a Christmas present. It's definitely worth doing. We had the winner last week of the Harry Potter diary, which was Heather. So, and yeah, I know she received that because I got the thank you for that. So that was all good. Have you entered yet, Leighton?
I haven't.
I bet he's not even on the website yet. So, moving on to this week's gift ideas. Now, what I've chosen tonight is consoles because if you have kids, we all know they always want a game console. I know my son does. I know he's got the Xbox, he's got the Switch. So, 5 of the consoles that are about at the moment, you've got the Evercast handheld, which has got retro games on it. So it's going to be the likes of Pac-Man and things like that on there, which that'd probably be quite good. Microsoft Xbox S and the Microsoft Xbox Series X. Now, I am going to go over to later on this one. What is the difference between the two?
The Series S is the newest one that came out recently, around the same sort of time as the PlayStation 5. So it brings in 4K graphics, and also if you have a supported screen, it'll have the higher refresh rate as well.
Fair enough. Yeah. And then you've got the Nintendo Switch and also the Sony PlayStation 5 that Leighton just mentioned as well. Is Harris into his game consoles yet, Emmy?
Could be Billy Sparky, guys.
I wouldn't say that too soon. But also this week, guys, starting on Sunday, it is I'm a Celebrity. And we will be going on Discord to go live with I'm a Celebrity each night to give what's going on and a rundown of what's going on and find out what Bush Tucker trials are going to be doing, because we know it is in Wales again this year. Hopefully it'll go back to Australia next year, but this year again it's just in the Wales Castle, which wasn't too bad last year. It wasn't the same. I know. I think you watched it with us, didn't you, Emmy?
Personally, I quite like the fact it was so different.
Yeah.
I don't know, it's just got a different element to it. And it's also harder on them because they're in a castle in Wales in December. It
probably
sort of, Australian jungle in summertime. It'd be nice and warm.
It'll probably be a new series next year. I'm a Celebrity. Get me out of here in the castle rather than jungle. There'll be one in Australia and one over here.
Well, Or they could have it, I'm a celebrity, get me out of Wales.
They like Love Island, so they've got the summer and the winter version.
Now, do you watch it at all, Leighton?
I don't.
You don't?
No.
Oh, that's fair enough. Is there any particular reason? Have you watched any of the episodes, or?
I don't like reality TV shows like that.
That's fair enough. Yep. Some people don't. That's the thing. It's I mean, I don't particularly like Big Brother, but The Jungle, I started watching that about 3 years ago. I watched the first two seasons, and then missed quite a few, but got back into it. So I think it'd be.
My favourite thing about it's not so much the programme itself, but that and Deck.
Yes.
It's the way they sort of, the banter they have, and just the way they joke around. It's far more entertaining, I think.
And I think some of the people that are going into it this year could be quite interesting as well. There's a few more names. Good evening, Ella. Yep, good evening, Ella. How are you? Simon Gregson from Coronation Street, Adam Woodyat from EastEnders, and Danny Miller from Emmerdale. So you've got all three soaps in it this year, so that could be quite interesting.
The clash of the soaps.
Exactly. And then, so it will be, and I know there was news over the weekend, Adam Woodyat has actually quit EastEnders. I know he was on about it at the end of last week. He's actually gone and done it. So, hoping to move on to bigger and better things after I'm a Celebrity.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah.
Quite a big step.
Even though I'm not an
Get away from
EastEnders
that
fan,
character.
EastEnders won't be the same without Ian Bill.
It's been in it 35 years.
Yeah.
From day one.
It's longer than I've been alive.
Yeah, it's sort of definitely. He's definitely sort of gone through a lot of stages with EastEnders, hasn't he, in his career? And
He has.
but yeah, no, I do agree. It won't be the same without him, even though he's a whingy person in there sometimes. Moving on. Well, yeah, this is very true. Yeah. Moving on to tech news from Leighton. So what's new this week then, Leighton?
Well, there's a couple of things that came out today, and the first thing I'll say is a bit of good news. The Samsung Galaxy phones are now getting Android 12 with Samsung's One UI 4.1 coming out. So if it's not out already, look out for your software updates.
That sounds good.
And then one not so positive that I found a little while ago is regarding 30 apps that are in the Google Play Store containing a kind of spyware that takes advantage of a phone's camera. No cases of this kind of hacking has been found in the UK, and hopefully by now Google have addressed it.
Right. Do we know what apps they are?
I don't know what apps they are, but it seems to be isolated in South Korea. And it could be other places around the world at the moment that are being affected by this. So just make sure if you're an Android user, just be careful what you download, even if it's from Google Play.
Well, is it Google that was taken to court last week, wasn't it? Somebody won a case over Google and won quite a bit of money out of them for the tracking software.
Yeah.
So interesting.
What was this about Apple refunding people?
That was what it was. It was it was people who used Google on Apple phones. Google was tracking the Apple phones, and basically, if it gets found out, then there's quite a few people who had iPhones getting refunded £750 or something.
Did they let you know if you?
Yes. Yeah.
You're due a refund.
Well, I'm sure they will, or I will look into that and find out if people need to claim or whether it automatically happens.
I'll take a look into that as well, because that does sound interesting. Even though I don't use many Google apps,
No,
because I have issues with Google anyway, with the way they track people anyway. But I definitely will take a look at that.
well, if Leighton can have a look
Thank
into it and let us know, then we can let everybody else know on that one then, Leighton. Yeah.
Yep,
So, any other tech news?
that's about it.
That's it. For this.
Other than when it comes to buying certain products over the Christmas period, it's going to be very difficult due to manufacturing issues. So things such as the new iPhones, the new Google Pixel phones, even games consoles, they are going to be like gold dust due to chip shortages.
Yeah, I've got a feeling this is I don't mean to be funny when I say this. I've got a feeling this is a consumer sort of conspiracy up till Black Friday, and then they'll all be in store. It's so they don't need to put them into the Black Friday sales. That's my. That's got a feeling.
Well, when it comes to things like the iPhone, that you never see Apple have good deals on Black Friday, but sometimes you might get a good deal from a network.
Yes.
But I do know from the Apple Store app that the iPhone 13, you can get them, but they're very hard to get hold of. And with the iPhone 13 Pros, you're still looking at about a 2 to 3 week wait for delivery.
So not good.
Not good at all.
No, especially like you said, coming up to Christmas. And I know Emmy got a new iPhone last month, didn't you? The iPhone 12.
Yes.
How are you finding it?
It took a bit of getting used to because I went from having a home button to not having a home button. So getting used to that was tricky at first, but yeah, it only took a day or so, and now it's second nature.
No, that's fair enough. Yeah. Well, we're moving over to Emmy now anyway for food news from Emmy.
I can't really say I've got any food news. Nothing news-wise, anyway.
No. What went onto the website today?
It was a Battenberg cake.
Yeah, that does sound
can
good.
attempt to make their own Battenberg rather than relying on Mr. Kipling. Who doesn't love a Battenberg?
It's another one on my list for Emmy's baking day. She's got a few on there at the moment.
I never signed up for this.
But yes, the Battenberg cake is live on the website. So if you want to make the Battenberg cake, go and get the recipe. And if you do make it, take some photos and send them in to us, and we will put them onto the website. Because each recipe does have a gallery that we can add photos to. So that would be good to actually see some other photos going on there. Most definitely.
I think it should be a challenge.
Okay, yeah, we can set it as a challenge. Who's up for doing the Battenberg challenge? There you go. It's been set by.
I think we should have a chili challenge as well.
Oh, definitely a chili cook-off.
What, a chili Battenberg? Nah, I'll just stick with the normal Battenberg. I won't want to ruin that.
There's been the apricot jam and just sort of throw it together with chili sauce. It makes fine.
So, but yeah.
Chili roulette.
So there's a question. I will put it out. I will put it out on the Facebook page tomorrow and the groups. Who is up for a Battenberg challenge? There we go.
Doesn't necessarily have to be Battenberg, but any of the cakes on there.
Yeah. So
version of Bake Off.
We're having a baking challenge. There you go. So definitely we'll get that one in progress. Well, that is all we've got time for this evening. Don't forget, we are on Twitch, Instagram, YouTube, Pinterest, Twitter, Facebook, Discord, and of course the website where that Beatles competition is, www.theworldofsocialite.co.uk. And thank you to Emmy and Leighton for joining me this evening.
No worries.
No worries.